The chamber fell silent as Ambassador Hazel Chen placed her datapad on the polished obsidian table. Around her, the Galactic Council representatives shifted in their varied forms of seating, their alien features betraying confusion at her calm demeanor. "You cannot be serious," Councillor Vexter hissed, his serpentine head swaying. "Humanity withdraws from the Council. After all we've done for your primitive species." Hazel's expression remained neutral, though her dark eyes held a glint of something the Council had never seen from humans before, quiet resignation mixed with disappointment. "All you've done for us," she repeated softly. "Is that what you call it?" Beside her, Leo Martinez, the human military liaison, stood with his arms crossed. His scarred face told stories of battles fought for Council interests, of human blood spilled for worlds that weren't their own. He said nothing, but his presence spoke volumes. "We invited you into civilized space." The counselor from Theta Prime chittered, its crystalline structure pulsing with indignation. "We gave you technology, trade routes, protection. You gave us nothing we didn't earn," Hazel replied, her voice still eerily calm. "You gave us scraps while we did your dirty work. When the Krell invaded the Outer Rim, who fought them back? When the plague struck Zenith 4, who stayed to help while your ships fled? When the Singularity threatened to consume the Andromeda Gate, whose engineers gave their lives to contain it?" The council chamber erupted in protests, but Hazel raised her hand. The gesture was so simple, so human, yet it somehow commanded silence. "We're not asking for gratitude," she continued. "We're simply leaving. Earth and her colonies are withdrawing from Council space. We'll take our ships, our people, and we'll go. You won't hear from us again." Vexter's laugh was a cruel, rasping sound. "Go where?" "Back to your pathetic single-star system. You need us, human. Your entire economy depends on Council trade. Your protection relies on Council fleets. Without us, you are nothing." Leo finally spoke, his voice gravelly and measured. "We were nothing before you found us. We'll be nothing again, but we'll be free." "This is absurd," the counselor from Proxima declared. "You cannot simply leave. There are protocols, agreements, treaties spanning centuries. Read the fine print." Hazel interrupted, sliding her datapad across the table. Article 7, Section 12, Subsection 4. Any member species may withdraw from the Council with 30 days' notice if they feel their sovereignty has been compromised. We submitted our formal notice 29 days ago. This is a courtesy meeting. We're already gone." The chamber exploded into chaos. Councilors demanded explanations, threatened sanctions, invoked ancient laws. Through it all, Hazel and Leo remained standing, silent witnesses to the panic spreading through the galaxy's most powerful political body. "You'll collapse within a year," Vexter spat. "Your colonies will starve. Your economy will crumble. You'll come crawling back, begging for mercy." Hazel smiled then, a small, sad smile. "Perhaps, but that will be our problem, not yours." As the two humans turned to leave, the counselor from Theta Prime called out, "Wait. At least tell us why. After everything, why now?" Hazel paused at the doorway, her back to the council. "Because you never saw us as equals. You saw us as useful tools. And when we asked to be heard, when we pleaded for fair representation, when we begged you to stop using human soldiers as cannon fodder while keeping your own species safe, you laughed. We gave you a voice on the council." Vexter protested. "A voice," Leo said, his tone flat. "One voice among 300, and every time we spoke, you voted us down. Every time we proposed regulations to protect human lives, you called us selfish. Every time we asked for the same considerations you gave other species, you reminded us we were newcomers who should be grateful for the scraps. So, we're leaving," Hazel finished, quietly, without drama. "We're taking our 12 billion people, our 600 colony worlds, our fleets, our engineers, our soldiers, and we're going home." The council watched in stunned silence as the two humans walked out. The massive doors closed behind them with a resonant boom that seemed to echo through the ages. 3 weeks later, the consequences began. The Krell, sensing weakness, pushed into council space. There were no human ships to stop them. The Council's own military forces, grown complacent after decades of relying on human soldiers, crumbled under the assault. The plague returned to Zenith 4, without human medical teams. The death toll climbed into the billions. Trade routes collapsed. Human haulers had been the backbone of interstellar commerce, working for wages no other species would accept. Now, goods rotted in warehouses across 1,000 worlds. Infrastructure failed. Human engineers had maintained the hyperspace gates, the station life support systems, the power grids of 100 planets. Without them, civilization ground to a halt. And Earth went dark. No communications, no signals. The humans had simply vanished into the void, leaving the Council to face a galaxy that had been held together by the species they'd taken for granted. In the Council chamber, now lit by emergency power after the human-maintained systems failed, Vexter stared at the empty seats where Hazel and Leo had stood. Send a delegation to Earth, he finally croaked. Offer them whatever they want. The counselor from Theta Prime's crystalline structure had dulled. Its glow faded. We already did. 3 times. They're not responding. Then what do we do? Someone asked. The question hung in the air, unanswered. The humans had retreated quietly, without war, without violence. They had simply left. And in their absence, the galaxy was learning a terrible truth. Humanity had never needed the Council. But the Council had desperately needed humanity. And now, in the darkness of their failing stations and burning colonies, they would answer for how they'd treated the species that had saved them time and time again. The humans were gone, and the silence was deafening.